This is the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max all-in-one pool cleaning robot. When I first unboxed it, I was pretty impressed by its sleek, modern shape. It's a solid chunk of technology, definitely not one of those flimsy generic pool cleaners I've seen before. The build feels premium, and right from the start, you notice the attention to detail. It's got sturdy wheels, smooth finishes, and a really ergonomic handle that actually makes it okay to lift. Even though I'll be honest, at around 52 pounds, it's definitely on the heavier side. That was my first concern. Am I going to have trouble getting this thing in and out of the pool? But it's manageable because of the smart design, and the included Caddy does help transport it. From my experience using it over the last couple of weeks, cleaning my pool just got easier than ever. If you're like me, sometimes pool upkeep just feels like that extra task you want to skip, especially during the hot months when you just want to jump in and relax. That's why I was excited to try something that promises all-in-one cleaning. Let me share a quick review of what stood out to me and what new pool owners might need to know. First off, there are a lot of fancy terms on the box. 360-degree mapping, adaptive FlexiPath, micromesh filtration, and TVC engine. I get that if you're not super into gadgets, these can sound confusing. So let me break these down simply. 360-degree mapping basically means this robot can scan your whole pool to create a map of its size and shape. It learns where the steps are, how deep the pool is, and the weird corners that some cleaners miss. The adaptive FlexiPath part is the smart brain of this thing. It doesn't just go in random patterns. It plans out a route to cover every inch of the pool, saving battery and finishing faster, which I could definitely notice compared to my old cleaner. Micromesh filtration is just what it sounds like. Inside, there's an extra fine filter basket that grabs even tiny particles, from sand to pollen to tiny leaves. In my pool, I tend to get a lot of light debris and grime, especially after the lawn guy's finished. The Aiper picked up almost everything, and the water always looked clearer right after a cleaning cycle. The TVC engine is basically the powerful motor that drives the suction, giving the Aiper up to 8,500 gallons per hour. This is serious suction, and you can see the water lines and corners really getting scrubbed out. I was a little skeptical about the all-in-one claim. Most cleaners either do a good job of the floors or climb the walls a bit, but miss the water line, that murky ring right where water meets the tile. But after running this guy several times, I can confirm it does clean the pool floor, climbs and scrubs the walls, and even handles the water line and the top surface. You can select the cleaning mode using a simple button on the unit or from the app, which I'll get to in a second. And the skimmer mode is pretty clever. The robot floats near the surface and actually pulls in leaves and dirt from the top, working just like a real pool skimmer. Another key feature for me is battery life. The Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max is a cordless, rechargeable system. In my experience, each full charge gave almost 2.5 hours of cleaning, plenty for my average-sized pool. Charging takes about 4 hours. I didn't have to babysit it either, because when cleaning's done, the robot parks itself near the pool's surface, which Aiper calls smart surface parking. That means you're not reaching all the way into the deep end to fish it out. It's a tiny thing, but trust me, you'll appreciate it. Let's talk about the filter basket. When the cycle is finished, it's super easy to access and empty. You get extra filters in the box, and as someone who always puts off cleaning these out, I found them easy to rinse with a garden hose. They clip in and out, and you don't need any tools. I will admit, though, if you run your pool with a lot of fine algae, or if it's been neglected for a while, the filter basket gets filled pretty fast and can be kind of awkward to clean when it's wet and packed with gunk. For regular upkeep, though, it handles leaves and everyday dirt like a pro. Now for the app. I'm not always a fan of connecting stuff to my phone, but setting up the Aiper app only took a couple of minutes. You download it, sync it up, and then you can choose cleaning modes, set up a schedule, or even drive the robot manually using simple controls. That was handy for me to send it to a spot it missed, or just to show off to friends. I could start a cleaning while I was out running errands, and by the time I got back, the pool was spotless. The app shows battery life and gives filter reminders. I'd recommend this for anyone who's looking for something smart that practically takes care of themselves. Families will love it because you won't have to keep yelling at the kids to fish leaves out of the pool before jumping in. And honestly, I appreciate having more free time on weekends, not spent scrubbing steps. I do have a couple of thoughts for anyone thinking about picking one up. Like I mentioned, it's on the heavy side, so if you struggle with lifting, use the Caddy and be careful when moving it in and out of the pool. When I first started using it, The mapping feature took about 2 full cycles before it really learned my pool. Don't be surprised if the first use looks a bit random. Give it a few tries to settle in and you'll see it get more efficient. For really large pools, or if you have tough algae, I think it's best to do a manual clean first, then let the Aiper keep things maintained. I noticed occasionally that if my pool had a lot of algae, it struggled with all the extra sludge, but after that first deep clean, day-to-day maintenance became so much easier. The charging dock is simple and sturdy, with a silicone cover to keep things dry. Assembling the Caddy, the cart, was easy. Just snap 2 pieces together and you're good to go. You don't need any tools or a bunch of instructions, which I appreciated. The main unit and Caddy together are actually pretty compact when not in use, so it didn't take up much space in my pool shed. For terminology, things like GPH just mean gallons per hour, which tells you how strong the suction is. Modes like Eco, Auto, and Max are just presets that adjust the power and cleaning pattern. I stuck with Auto most of the time, but if the pool was extra messy after a storm or a pool party, I'd bump it to Max. Eco is nice for quick touch-ups that save battery. In conclusion, I really like the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max all-in-one pool cleaning robot. It's perfect for anyone who wants to enjoy their pool instead of fighting with it. I found it reliable, smart, and easy to use, and it actually made me want to keep the pool cleaner all season. If you're someone who values convenience and doesn't want to fuss with cords and hoses, this is a solid pick. It comes with a full 3-year warranty and friendly customer support, just in case. I will leave all the information about the Aiper Scuba X1 Pro Max all-in-one pool cleaning robot in the comments. I hope to see you again in the following videos.